Yes, good evening, dear students. In the previous class, we started learning some basic things, basic concepts, bridge course to start chemical reactions and chemical equations. I think we defined what is chemistry, right? See, and also classification of matter. We learned yesterday that what matter is. Matter, anything which occupies space and has mass is called as matter. We started learning basic things. Matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. Is chalk a matter? Yes, it is. Why? Because it has mass as well as occupies space. Is my sound wave is a matter? Why? Because it has no mass, it cannot occupy the space. It is delocalized in space. It's a wave. Sound is a wave. It is not a matter. And the chalk and this laptop, this board, the cement, duster, these are all matter. Even liquids are also matter. Means matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. We discussed it. Then what we discussed? That this matter is classified. Whatever matter you see around you, is classified physically and chemically. How it is classified physically? Solid, liquid and gases. If you ask a physics student to classify the matter, you will identify it as solid, liquid and gases. This is physical classification of the matter. Physical classification. Physically, matter is classified into solid, liquid and gases. If you take milk, it is milk, liquid. Water, liquid. Petrol, diesel, kerosene oil, right? What about carbon dioxide? Gas. Sulfur dioxide. LPG, gas, oxygen, nitrogen. What about copper? Solid. Iron? Solid. Stones? Solid. Like this, matter around you can be classified physically into solid, liquid and gases. Now, as we are interested in the study of chemistry in this chapter, chemically matter is classified. If you ask a chemistry student to what he or she see around, how do they identify? Yes, pure substance called as element, then you have compound and the mixture. This we will discuss it. Right? Now, if I say copper, what it is? Element. Sulfur. This is copper. Sulfur. Element. Oxygen. Element. Sodium. Element. Carbon. Element. What about carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide is a compound. What about sulfur dioxide? A compound. What about water? Water is a compound. What about the cement? Mixture. Glass? Mixture. Air? Air is a mixture of oxygen, nitrogen, ozone. Many gases, inert gases are present like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. They are all present in the air, inert gases. Number of dust particles are present. Therefore, it is a mixture. What about ocean water? Ocean water is a mixture because ocean water consists of salts, number of salts. Ocean water you can take, air you can take, soil you can take. Is soil a mixture? Yes, it's a mixture. Soil is a mixture, air is a mixture, ocean water is a mixture, glass is a mixture, cement is a mixture, Number of polymers are mixtures. Polymers, polythene, if you take, they are mixtures. Like this, chemically matter is classified into element, compound and mixture. As you already studied about solid, liquid and gases in the earlier classes, let me focus on chemical classification in this chapter. So now the question is, what an element is? Question is what these elements are, compounds are and how they are represented. What is an element? If you are asked what is an element, What is an element? Element is called as a pure substance, as we told. Pure substance. How it is? Can you define element completely?
Substance which is made up of
Only one type of atoms. Exactly. If you take copper sample, it will contain only copper atoms in it. If you take a strip of copper, if I take a piece of copper wire, if I take a piece of copper metal, it will contain what? Only copper atoms in it. What next? And if you heat the copper, can you get gold? No. Means it cannot be decomposed into simpler substances. Copper when heated, you will get copper, molten copper. If you continue heating, you will get copper vapors. It will not change into some other substance. Therefore, an element is a pure substance which is made up of identical atoms, but cannot be decomposed into simpler substances. What next? Only two properties, element, which cannot be decomposed into simpler substances is called as an element. Then what do you mean by compound? Now how these elements are represented? How do you represent an element? The question in the chemistry is, whenever you open a book of chemistry or any text, you will find the formula, you will get formulae, you will get the equations, right? They are nothing but symbols. How do you represent an element? Elements are represented by symbols. Those symbols are given the periodic table. In your book, in the last page, it's there. You can see periodic table. You can open the last page. Periodic table. See. Purti last page. Yes. Element. Where the elements are placed. So what is the table is called as? The table is called as a periodic table of elements. I think we are studying this here. The 5th chapter. You are learning about more details about periodic table. In that table, most of the elements are represented. Noun elements are represented in the form of horizontal rows and vertical columns. That table is called as a periodic table of elements. So, in every box there is an element represented. That's called as symbol of an element. Right? So, first of all, what is an element? You can define what is an element. Element is the pure substance. Define. Element is a pure substance. Element is a pure substance which is made up of identical atoms. Which is made up of identical atoms and cannot be decomposed into simpler substances. Is called simpler substances. Element is a pure substance which is made up of identical atoms and which cannot be decomposed into simpler substance. Element andrenu purest substance. It should be made up of identical atoms and on heating it should not be converted into some other compound. For example, if you take carbon dioxide you have, if you heat it, it will decompose or will it decompose or cannot decompose? What do you mean by decompose? What do you mean by composition? Means mixing. What do you mean by decompose? Separating. It can decompose, liberating carbon and oxygen. Means this is a compound. Compound can undergo decomposition, but element cannot undergo decomposition. If you heat gold, you will get gold only. If you heat silver, you will get silver only. If you heat copper, you will get copper only. No other substances are obtained. Means on heating, they cannot be decomposed into simpler substances is called as an element. Now the question is how the elements are represented. Generally in the chemistry, there will be symbols for everything. Otherwise, you have to write copper, CO, double P, R, arsenic, you have to write AR, SE, NiC, arsenic, silicon, Si, LiCon, phosphorus. Every time you have to write PHO, phosphorus. Like this, you have to go on writing complete names. Instead of that, in the science, they have made a symbol. What is symbol? Symbol is a short scientific notation short scientific notation which represents the atom of an element. It's not a complete element. What that symbol represents in every box? Generally, these particular elements are represented by symbol. You already studied in earlier classes. I am just refreshing you. It's a bridge course. What is symbol? Symbol is symbol is short. Once next time I hear that. And what is important in the board exam is your definitions must be accurate and precise. You should not add your words. No, not allowed. Whatever some standard definitions are there, those standard definitions only you have to practice writing. Don't write particularly definitions, statement of the laws, statement of the theorems. Don't give your rough statements. You have to collect it either from the text or from your teachers. Correct definitions you have to write. Particularly in physics, definition laws will be there, theories will be there, in chemistry theorems will be there, in geometry theorems will be there. The statements must be very accurate and precise. That is what is important in writing the annual paper of a board exam. Otherwise, you will not get marks. Standard definitions ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು symbol one fixed definition ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. By heart ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. Understand and try to reproduce. Don't by heart. What is the symbol? Symbol is the name. But instead of writing the complete name of the element, phosphorus, silicon, arsenic, dermastadium, copernicium. So they are very long names. How to write them in short on a paper? For that they will have made the symbol. Simple logic. Not a very deep science in it. Simple logic. What is the symbol? Symbol is short scientific notation which represents the atom of an element. The short scientific notation. The short scientific notation. The short scientific notation which represents atom of an element. Atom of an element which represents atom of an element is called, what it is called? Is called symbol. Is called symbol. No problem. So the way they find, where do you get these symbols? We can get these symbols from where? From the periodic table of the elements. If you open the periodic table, already is there in your hand. In every box, at one corner a number is written, say 1, and it is written as hydrogen. H. H stands for hydrogen. What this 1 represents? Shabash. Atomic number. Now the question is, what is atomic? First of all, what is an atom? So, see, hanging word barta hanging hogodu. That is what is called as bridge course. Bridge course andre enu? Whenever you come across a word, you should define it and continue. Define it and continue. Now we got what is symbol. Understood what is symbol? Yes. Now the question is, what is an atom? Now, what is the symbol? The short, understood, scientific notation which represents atom of an element. Now the question is, generally in a box, you will be written like 1.008 ಬರ್ದಿರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. On the left top there will be a number. At the bottom there is a number 1.008. What this 1 on the left top represents and 1.008 at the bottom represents. And even names are written in small letters. You can see, even read the names also. Right? H is a symbol, and just below the H there is a name. Hydrogen ಬರ್ದಿರಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ. So left top ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು atomic number. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದೇನು? 1.008 is called as atomic mass. Mass number. If you come to helium on the extreme right, you can see helium. Atomic number 2. See 1. 1 atomic number symbol. Hydrogen atomic weight. Now the question is, what an atom is? Mat atom ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀವು already studied in 9th standard what is atomic structure. Now what the atom is?
Smallest particle of an element.
The smallest particle of an element. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮುಗಿತು? Yes, ಸೇರಿಸಬೇಕು. The smallest particle of an element is called an atom. ಬರೋಬ್ಬರಿ up to 7th ತನಕ ಹೋಗಿ. Now after studying atomic structure, you have to add something. The smallest indivisible particle of an element. indivisible according to Dalton. It was Dalton in 1803. For the first time, he studied and announced a theory called as atomic theory. It's a grand old theory about atom. He was the first to talk about atom. Then came Rutherford, then came Bohr, then Sommerfeld. A lot of development took place in the study of the atomic theory. And grand old theory is given by Dalton. What is the Dalton's atomic theory? According to Dalton's atomic theory, the smallest indivisible, what do you mean by indivisible? Cannot be further divided. If I take a chalk and go on breaking it, finally I will get the ultimate particle. That ultimate particle, according to Dalton, is called as an atom. You cannot further divide it. Ultimate particle. If you go on subdividing, finally you are left with a particle. No? That particle which cannot be further divided is called as an atom. That is according to Dalton. Therefore, whenever you define an atom, according to Dalton, according to Dalton, an atom is the atomos anta one word. That's a Greek word. Actually, it was Dalton who gave this word atom on the basis of a Greek word called atomos, means uncut. Uncut means indivisible, cannot be divided. In a Greek term, atomos. Origin of the term atom is atomos, meaning uncut, cannot be further divided. Therefore, atom is defined as, yes, the smallest particle of an element. According to Dalton, you can define what is an atom. According to Dalton, an atom is the smallest particle. The smallest particle of an element. Smallest particle of an element. Smallest better, indivisible and smallest indivisible particle of an element which can take part in chemical reaction, which can take part in a chemical reaction, is called an atom. Basic thing. Without learning fundamental concepts, don't go for higher studies. Without learning basic things. Clear? See, how can you define an atom? Atom is the smallest. According to Dalton, an atom is the smallest. Atom enandre adrolage ಏನilla ಅದು ultimate particle. It's the smallest, indivisible, cannot be divided. Particle of an element. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ? Which can take part in chemical reaction. Whenever you say a chemical reaction took place, then which will react? Reacting species is the atom. Entire element will not react. Atom of the elements will react and give the products in a chemical reaction. Therefore, this is an atom. Particle of an element which can take part in chemical reaction is called as an atom. Right. Now the question is, symbols ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. Symbol ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Symbol is a short scientific notation which represents atom of an element. But modern theory says that atom is not the ultimate particle. Atom consists of nucleus. You studied in 9th standard. Nucleus consists of protons and neutrons, and electrons are revolving around it. This number of electrons, for that you take this one as nucleus. It consists of two particles, neutron and proton. Protons will have positive charge, and neutrons are chargeless. And electrons revolving around the nucleus in different cells and subcells. K cell, L cell, right? M cell, you studied in the 9th standard. These are the cells, or they are also called as first cell, second cell, third cell, fourth cell, so on. In the different cells and subcell, electrons are revolving. One interesting fact about atom is, even though these electrons are revolving around the nucleus, have got a negative charge, and protons have got a positive charge. What is the charge of the atom? What is the charge of the atom? Option A, positive. Option B, negative. Option C, neutral. Option D, none of this. It is chargeless, neutral. Why? There are protons in the nucleus, then it should have positive charge. There are electrons revolving around the nucleus, therefore it should have negative charge. Why it is neutral? Why atom is neutral? Why atom is neutral? Neutral yakadadu? It is neutral because net positive charge of the protons is equal to the net negative charge of the electrons. ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ನಾಗ ಇರ್ತಾವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ತಿರುಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾವ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಏನಂತ 10 ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 10 ಇದ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ? plus 10 electrons. Protons are present in the nucleus. Then minus 10 electrons will be revolving around the nucleus. Therefore, charge on the atom is 0. This particular atom, which has 10 protons in the nucleus and 10 electrons revolving around the nucleus, is the element atomic number 10 neon. Check it. Atomic number 10. Atomic number 10. Check extreme right.